Hello. It has been 116 hours, 44 minutes since we've been on. Oh my goodness. And we missed you guys. First, let me say that we apologize for the short season. A lot of stuff was going on. Marriage officially in the man's law. Excuse me. Having to figure out some things house-wise, scheduling. But anyway, we have a great show. I do believe, Mrs. Tell everybody hello.
Hey, y'all. Yeah.
What are we talking about today, ma'am?
I don't know what your name the topic. I can't remember what you said.
Oh, my Lord.
Because you said we were going to use the audio.
No, well, I'm not using audio, but creating a need for men. We just heard TD's Jake Father's Day. It was a clip first, and both of us started looking at each other when we heard the clip. We was going to play the clip, but when you listen to the whole, we found the whole sermon, and the clip doesn't do it any justice, but still, we didn't learn anything.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So, yeah, because the clip part, what made us go search for it.
It was kind of rude and demeaning. Like, well, that's how I felt. I felt attacked. That I can't.
Basically, he said that a woman can't pour into a man.
Yeah.
And
that's a man's job to pour into a woman
all the time.
A woman is supposed to receive, and
I
shouldn't brag about me working in my corporate job and come home and brag to him about that. He know he can buy. I know you can buy your own house, your own car, whatever, but don't come home and rub it in my face. But
and give me a need. So he pretty much, in a nutshell,
give me a need or a space to pour into.
He was basically saying, if she has all of this, where does the man fit in it? What is the man supposed? Excuse me. What is a man supposed to do if a woman has everything? So,
and that we're the reason the family's broken, and we too busy working that we can't take care of the family.
If you wanna listen to the sermon, it's his recent Father's Day sermon that he did for July, right? Because it's Father's Day, June. My bad, for June. I'm a father and I don't even know what month it falls in. Hey, I am going to say that yes, Father's Day is not as important in the society. I'm not saying that people.
It doesn't hold as much weight.
Yeah, it doesn't hold as much weight. And don't get me into the conspiracy theory issue with that. It's all a ploy, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, it's sad that he's basically depicting that a woman, in order for a man to feel needed by his woman, she doesn't need to have those items, because he specifically stated that don't have no corporate job, don't have your own car, don't be paying your own bills. So it kind of goes back to something that you were stating, like when you leave home, right? Mm-hmm. It is great and it is good for not only a man to be able to establish himself and have his own place, his own car, being able to pay his own bill. Mm-hmm. But the same with you as well. Mm-hmm. As a female, she should have her own things as well. So my thing is, now, me and you meet. Mm-hmm. How I took from this is that I'm basically supposed to tell you, leave your house. Now, your house could be bigger than a house. Yes, leave your house, leave your job, all this material stuff that you got going on over there,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can bring some of it, but I'm going to replace it because I'm a man and I'm supposed to pour into you. Now that you're pregnant, now that you got kids, and you got to need to take care of the kids because I got to pour into you, and not only the kids as well. Now I need to go to work. I need to pour into my job. I may have my parents may need to be taken care of at some point, so I need to pour into my family parents as well, my cousins, my best friends, because they're needing me right now. And his end point was, if you don't have anybody pouring into you, you go to God. And that is understandable. But
you should be able to come home and I should be able to pour into you and give you life.
Yes.
And vice versa. It shouldn't just have to be one-sided, or just because I don't know. I guess because we just a different dynamic again. Like,
and it doesn't have
it ain't no secret. I'm the breadwinner.
And it doesn't have anything to do with that, though.
I happen to make more money than you. I happen to work longer hours. I happen to be gone longer. I happen to not be able to cook as often as I want to. I do make time for the kids. When I'm off, I definitely make time for that.
You make time for me, though.
I make time. Yeah, I make time for you as well.
You even make time with me when the kids are around. So, we have the dynamic where we are a mixed family. And so the kids are with their dad sometimes on weekends or even sometimes during the week. But even when the kids are here, we not only are we doing family time, we still make time for each other. Yeah. And
I guess that's the form of pouring into and loving and caring and making it work. Oh.
So I wanted to express.
I asked the question, what did you need from me?
What did I need from you?
Yeah. If I can't pour into you, then what do you need from me?
Oh, excuse me. I hear him when he says that, okay, hey, make a need for me.
Make room for me to pour into you.
Yeah, but so he's making this.
And then he also stated that whatever you pour into a woman, she's supposed to take it, appreciate it, and make it better.
Make it better. But if I ain't giving you anything,
and I have nothing to work with.
And then if I'm giving you, because how he was talking about, oh, you bitter, oh, you mean, oh, going back to the psychic thing. So if I come home, in which I just apologize to you about, which I seriously need to work on that. Like, if something happens, mm-hmm. and it rubbed me wrong, mm-hmm. and you ask, hey, because I'm in a funk right now, and you ask, everything good? I shouldn't say, I'm good, and then come back a couple hours later or the next day and say, yeah, well, the other day, there was some foul stuff. Cause I did tell you that.
I'm looking at you like,
what you talking about?
What?
Yeah, right.
I thought we were good.
And okay. I think I kind of did that. The last disagreement that we had, or the misunderstanding, it wasn't a disagreement, a misunderstanding that we mm-hmm. had. I think I did say, I'm good. And later on that night, I was able to gather all my thoughts. And so, I apologize.
But I kind of understood that, because again, we both said, okay, well, we just really did not communicate that situation well at all. And I understand you were trying your best to hold yourself in, restraint and remain a gentleman, so.
But he pretty much put out there that, for me, I took that scene where he was saying that the woman should be freaking psychic and know that something's going on with the man.
Or that I should be.
Or
that you as a man should be aware of my feelings and emotions and pour into me.
Well, I'm talking about when he was saying that it got mad because she didn't understand that.
But you gotta communicate. You gotta let me know that you're angry.
Yeah.
Or what you're angry about in order for me to be able to say, okay, well, I can understand your anger. Let's work this through. Let's try to fix it. But if you don't communicate that to me, just like you were saying about, the argument we had the other day, or disagreement, or miscommunication, whatever you want to call it. that if I, in my asking, you know, if you'd have said, well, you kind of pissed me off earlier, then I would have understood because I was asking. You know, yeah. I didn't know. How was I supposed to know if you didn't say something?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a lot going on in that situation. Just, I mean, your face right now, though. I'm not psychic. I'm not a mind reader, and I don't mind pouring into you, giving into you, and it made it seem okay to pray. It's okay for me to pray for you, and.
But that's pouring in. If you're praying for me, that's pouring into me because you're so that's why I misunderstood. And I'm not saying that you're not getting anything because I believe in God. I'm not saying that I don't get anything from God. God is not blessing me because I really feel like God gave me you. And I feel like that was a form of, because you do pour into me. I've never had anybody to pour into me. And I don't know. I can't describe it to a certain degree, but I get something from you that I've never gotten from any woman that I've ever been with. So, and who to say? You know, somebody on the outside looking in may say, "And she don't do enough." You know, if they see y'all down there, oh no, she ain't doing enough. She need to do some more. You know.
Oh, you let her do whatever you make her. Let her make the decisions on.
Yeah. I get the man shouldn't have to worry about getting anything from anybody else. Definitely if the dad wasn't in the picture, because he has God. God is what's going to pour into him.
God is his main source.
God is his main source. That's all the energy that he needs, and he's going to overcome any.
But is it not okay for me as a woman to be connected directly to God's source and to be able
because
to
I think that's a bunch of crap. Because he also pulls out that verse about men love your wife like God. Jesus, or God loved the. What is it? Jesus. God loved the church.
It's Christ loved.
Christ loved the church, right? And coming back to that, but he also, what kind of messed me up was the Bible is telling me I'm supposed to die for you. So I should be able to give out my commandments and you submit, pretty much. That's what I got from out of this, most of this.
So submission is the message you received. That's interesting.
Yeah, because even though he said that I know women be focusing on submit. Yeah, because that's basically what he said. Women submit, talk about submit. But I got to die for you. Don't you think me dying for you is good enough for you to submit to me? That's what I got from out of that. Because like you said, I didn't get nothing. I didn't get no teaching point.
Being poured into, I do have to submit to you. And again, as a woman, I have no problem submitting. But why can't it be equal for both of us?
It's supposed to, though.
You pour into me and I pour into you just as much. And there's nothing wrong with me pouring into you more than not. That doesn't make you less of a man.
How can you love me like God loved me? Which there was a verse, he said, love, part of a verse. Love one another like I have loved you. One another. That means both of y'all pouring into each other. Mm-hmm. It didn't say nothing. That verse right there didn't say nothing. Stop at man. Just love her like I love you, even though it's something in the like that. But this one particularly that he brought up said, love one another like I love you. And, he also goes into, is your love a reflection of his or are you selfishness?
If my love is a reflection of you, then again, I should be able to pour into you just as much as you pour into me. And, we pour into each other as equals, regardless of what the dynamic is, regardless of if I work a corporate 9-to-5 or if I bought my own house and my car as a single woman or as a married woman. Either way, I should still be able to pour into my man and he pour into me and we submit equally.
And if you want to keep that house, why not? Why am I going to sit up here until you get rid of it? If you want to keep it, and there's some extra money coming in for you, that was before me.
Yeah,
and that's extra.
Even in the case that we both have lucrative homes and we both can afford whatever, at this point, I think it would be then, okay, let's make a compromise. I think we should.
But it's still like
build a new home together. Yeah. And pour into each other.
But no, that's what I'm saying. So let's sit up here and say both of us have a house.
Right.
When we came in a relationship.
Right.
But then we look at our houses and it was like, even if we try and build on either one of these houses, it just ain't gonna go right. So let's get another house. And you come to me, but you come to me and be like, hey, but I do still, let's see if we can find something, but I still want to keep my house. You know, that's what, residual money coming in?
Right.
Yeah. And so, and heck, I could say the same thing, and I don't see anything wrong with that. That's still, you know, that's your house, that's your money, and then you may even come to me and be like, hey, you know, because we are a blended family, I think this would be a great starter home for when my kids get to a point to, you know, my oldest at the time, she get ready, she want to move in, you know, they can take care of it. Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with that, you know. Men were not built to receive from his wife. Yeah.
So
what was that he said?
How can
this TDJ contradicted himself throughout this darn sermon. We're not talking about TDJ. I'm making it sound like he's a bad. It's just
one-sided.
So you know, he pulled out a couple of books that I've been reading, concepts that I've been reading myself, and he threw me for a limb when he said that God didn't need anything to make humans. Man, he made
God, Elohim, explaining God of many, God of multiple. God is both male, female. He used the term hermaphrodite to describe God. And then he went and said that God created Adam in his likeness, and from Adam he created
Adam and need nothing.
Whoa,
man. And he and woman is a man with a womb, right?
Right.
So, Christ.
Scientifically, I guess we were trying to figure out how that really works. Again, the story of our creation has probably been one of the most questions.
Questionable.
Some people question it, some people don't.
Question that crap.
I've read the Bible. I've studied the Bible quite a bit. And I don't know, I just feel like something's missing. But that's just me. That's me personally.
He also, you know, with him talking to, again, like I told you at the end of this thing, I really think this was one-sided, pointed towards women being mean to men, you know, and not allowing men to be men. That's what I got from this.
But if you being a man naturally, I don't have a reason to teach you how to be anything.
But what the heck is a man?
Or to show you,
like, seriously, what is society telling you what a man is? A man is a 6-figure working person and that brings home the bacon and protects. So that's it. That's the definition of a man, pretty much. If you ask anybody, that's what they're going to tell you. A man that provides and protects. They ain't going to tell you anything else. And he wants also in there, we have to rewind it back, but he said in there about a man not being emotional, but then at the end saying that they need to be emotional available. Emotionally available. Thank you.
Well, I mean, technically you can't have one without the other.
I know.
We do cry and gripe about men being so hard and he don't understand me because he a man the same as a woman don't understand a man. He not emotional enough. He ain't been through what I've been through. He kept mentioning men's pain too.
But a woman was a man's pain. That's how he made it seem. That's how he made it. A woman is a man's pain.
Help me understand what's causing this pain and what can I do to stop it. I did not get
Because he did not explain that a man needs to speak up and say and not look for a woman to guess that. Oh, excuse me. Because he did state that when his wife was hurting because of what was going on with, he knew her. He saw a look. But only way for him to know that is he had to study her and understand and talk with her and get her mannerism, like he said. But you can't understand my mannerism if I don't tell you.
Right, or if I'm not around you to pay attention.
Yes.
Or what if I've poured into you before, or you're not pouring into me as normal? Then what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah.
Just sit there and look at you?
Yeah.
I don't understand this pain. I don't know what he's paying for. He's being a wuss. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Pretty much.
Instead of saying, okay, well, I'm going to pour into you, baby. Because I love you and I care for you.
Yeah.
I want what's best for you.
So.
Well, I'm going to pour into you whether you like it or not, doggone it. So, it is what it is.
Man, let me say this. I'm not saying this as in I've been the best dad, father figure, or whatever, because I know I haven't. And that's mentally, financially, physically, presently. That was the other thing he was saying, that women just need a man to be present.
Oh.
In the family, because he definitely did not see. I was trying to get ready to end this, but he didn't even talk about what a man needs to do with taking care of his kids. He just said we just need to pour in, and like you've been saying throughout the whole thing. But tell me, what is it that how do a man pour in?
How do I help? Yeah. How do I become the woman he can pour into? How do I create the need for a man to be able to say, I can pour into you?
He didn't even explain how a man was supposed to pour into y'all. He didn't explain it. He just said, pour into you. If you can't pour into you, you just empty and then she ain't gonna...
And then turn to God for that.
Yeah, like...
Okay, so
he made it seem like he was just talking about financially, protecting, but then he came at the end.
In the event that the woman does lead a man and she gets the child support, she doesn't get the child support, like the physical attention or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe was it a trigger for me? Probably
yes, it
not.
Was a trigger.
Yeah, I think so.
It was a trigger for you.
But
I can see it. I've been on both sides of the spectrum.
I was like, well, what if you ain't getting there on one hand?
Yeah, you ain't getting the child support nor the present.
Yeah, I'm finna say, or the child support.
Yeah. And so, this not, this not knocking a good man or a good woman, because you do have those men that just are not doing right whatsoever for nobody. Then you also have those women that are revengeful, like he was explaining. But he was making it seem like every woman is like...
And I get child support and child support both, but, hey, some of them out there ain't getting either end of the stick at all.
So...
how do we, as women, learn to pour into our men, or... how do we make ourselves available to pour into our men?
But that's not what he said. He said, y'all don't need to be pouring into us because we don't need it. So are you saying...
No, I'm saying, how do I make myself available for you to pour into me?
Yeah, you didn't say that, but that's cool.
I did just say that.
Oh, okay.
I said both.
How?
How? You asking me how?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm asking you.
I don't know. I ain't a preacher. I don't have the credentials for that. But I would say being open and available to listen and understand, communicating with my partner on a regular basis, and that makes me emotionally available and open to be
all right, so
poured into, or
again, this is just my opinion.
Able to get what I need.
This is my opinion, talking
or give you what you need.
As a man. I personally feel, because of what I've gone through, the lack of at home as well as with my dad, and me going through what I went through with my kids, and me being previously married, and now seeing marriage in a whole nother light, I understand that I can have all the money in the world. I can protect all day long and stop all the bad guys, the bad stuff from outside, from touching my kids, my family, and my wife. But I get it. I understand what he meant about presence. If my presence isn't there, and now he made a point, and I'm going back to his point that he was talking about with his wife. You know, he thought he was gonna come in the house and finna get him some, and she just came and gave him a kiss and said, "Oh, I'm so happy you here." When they started watching Lifetime, and he was mad because he wanted some. You know,
confused as to, well, on the phone it was all this that, and the other, yes. But she really just wanted your presence in the room.
Mm-hmm. Which he also made sure he stated that, well, you know, he did get some little nookie here and there because he had to have kids, right? But my thing is presence. Even, and he would make the statement about how kids growing up and just seeing the dad there, it can't stop there just by seeing, because I saw my dad there. Presence, the definition of the presence in the house, meaning that you have to dive in, you have to be committed into
there physically but not
emotionally. So you have to participate. They have to be able to touch you. They have to be able to. The memories for kids are.
It's okay. Everybody needs hugs.
Yeah.
Everybody needs love.
Yeah. So I would say that. I would say that's what it means to pour in. And once you pour in, that being that significant with pouring in, then your family pours back into you.
Agree.
Yeah. So that's
and
it.
And also pouring in, you also gotta be aware of who you pouring in and how much.
Yeah. Because if you pick the wrong person, and he made a statement about that too, he was picking the wrong. And I know I was picking the wrong people to pour into because I was damaged myself. And so with that, before we end, knowing thyself before you start dating. We ain't going to say dating, because dating is fine because you find out who, what, and what you like and what you don't like. Getting in a serious relationship, find thyself. Figure out thyself. I can sit up here and say that's probably what took me so long to get to where I'm at now.
Figure out how you feel about family dynamics. Because most of the time we base how we feel about family dynamics off of
everybody else.
Past trauma or past.
Yeah.
Or how we were. Either we're going to try to make it as much like our situation at home was, or it's opposite of our home situation.
It's vice versa. One or the other. I did not like my family.
That determines also what you pour into or how much you pour into.
Yeah, because if you got somebody that saw their dad beat their mama, I would probably say 60% of the time that male ends up being physical with the people that he's with. And that's his form of pouring in, because that's what he got out of what a man should do. Because my dad did it. My mama didn't leave. Matter of fact, my mama's still with him. So, yeah.
I guess it's all right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
This is how relationships go. Bam, bam, bam.
I'm not sure exactly when the season's going to start next year, but we are going to throw out some bonuses here and there in between the little break. So, hey, you never know. Just keep us close. Subscribe, follow. You know, you can catch us on Instagram as well as Mr. and Mrs. Take Over the World. Also on TikTok as well. Got any closing, Mrs.? No. Alrighty then, guys. We will say good night. A good day wherever you're listening to us at. See ya. Bye-bye.